Dang, I think those are like the trucks they use to move the RVs. I think. I don't know. I could be making stuff up. I don't know. Alright, so we're downtown. Running some errands. Getting some stuff done today. Alright, gas price. Downtown LA running errands. That's what it looked like. Alright guys, this is why I didn't want to buy clothes or anything while I was in the process of losing weight, because I have no idea how to pick clothes for my size, and this stuff is way too big. Even though I've lost weight, and QVC was having a sale, so this shirt here was like $7 or something like that. It was a really good price, and I wanted something like a little t-shirt that I could wear while I'm exercising. But it's really big, and I got the X, like the 3X. And at one time, I was this big, so I'm not even trying to crack a joke about it or make fun of myself or anything, because it's just no joke being that size. Like I said before, I didn't know how to walk. I had no idea as to what to do at that size. And everything just seemed so difficult for me because I've never been that big before. So just walking in general was difficult, with the thighs rubbing, and not really being able to see your feet. And it's just, like I said, my arms was like resting on my body part. Like it's not a good weight for me to be at. And like I said, it's the first time I've ever been that large before. I've never had that type of weight on my frame, my body frame, my body type before. So it's really difficult to understand how I even gained that much weight, because normally I stay about, maybe the largest I had ever been was maybe like 168, almost 170. And that was a big deal back then. And that was many, many years ago. And even then, I didn't look like I weighed that much. And plus, I had a lot more muscle. And so I was not expecting, when I went to the doctors here in California and they weighed me and that scale was over 200, I literally almost passed out. I could not believe that I had gained that much weight in such a short period of time. And all this happened over the pandemic, during the time of the pandemic. So I was not aware that I had let my weight extend to the point that whenever I got into my vehicle, my stomach would hit the steering wheel. And I hadn't changed the position of the seat. So it's a lot to have to process, along with the pandemic, along with having family members pass, and then just the craziness of our society, of everything that was going on. It was a lot. It really was a lot that I had to put into perspective and figure out what is it that I'm going to do for myself to be able to handle it and get it under control, within my power. So changing my diet was just a no-brainer, and it was an easy thing for me to do, but it did not help me to instantly lose weight. And I don't eat a lot. And it wasn't like I had started to eat a lot. What had actually taken place is that I was starting to have a sedentary lifestyle, being that the wheelchair was not repaired. So I didn't have any mobility other than trying to use the cane. And I was still having issues with my leg giving out and not having the strength to really exercise like I would have if my younger days that this type of situation happened. And I'm sure going through menopause, I did not have a lot of the menopause type of symptoms that a lot of people get, and that was because I was still doing fasting. So for me to gain weight, it just took me by surprise, because I have a lifestyle of where I don't eat after a certain time of the day. I don't eat a lot of sweets. I'm not a snacker. So to have that much inflammation and weight gain was a total surprise, because my lifestyle had not changed that drastic as far as eating habits, but only my ability to be mobile. So for me, most of my weight gain came from the fact that I was not mobile. I'm downtown, so you're going to hear all types of sounds in the background. But I didn't have mobility, and the wheelchair wasn't repaired. So when I got a little fatigue, I could just sit in the wheelchair and still run errands and get stuff done, and still be getting up and down and movement, my arms and everything, doing things. But once I didn't have the wheelchair, then I was so limited, because I knew I could only go so far and get back. So it's one thing to push yourself. It's another thing to push yourself and not have a way to get back. And, as a grown person, people aren't trying to carry you back to your vehicle or, carry you somewhere until you get enough strength to get back to where you need to go. And with society changing the way that it has, that compassion and that understanding is not where it used to be in our society. Having that empathy and sympathy for people is just not the same anymore. So you have to be very cautious and plan out your day so you don't get stuck somewhere. And so for me, I just chose to kind of keep to myself because I didn't want to be a burden to anyone. And I didn't want anyone getting upset because all of a sudden I got sick or I wasn't able to finish off my day. And people will tell you, if you know you're sick, then don't be going out doing stuff or trying to do X, Y, and Z. People do get upset when you have an illness and sometimes things don't go right. So you have to decide, what it is that you're going to do for that day. And if you're not able to complete everything, it's okay, because all you have to do is set it for maybe tomorrow or the next day, depending on what it is. But you always want to put in priority the things that matter the most, whatever that may be. So if you have to pay bills, run errands, whatever it is that you may be, you want to make sure that you're getting those things done in a timely manner so you're not incurring fees and stuff, as you're trying to get your monthly balance and schedule of doing things together. So you always want to try to stay on top of that, even when you have uncertainties and things seem to happen that cause you to get off of your plan of the day or the plan of the month. And that can happen when you get outside of your comfort zone. And you don't want to be to the point where you're afraid to do things outside of the comfort zone, where you're afraid to get out and live your life. You still want to live your life. You still want to do the things that you enjoy doing in life. And if you haven't found anything, you still want to find those things that can bring you peace, joy, and happiness. So you just don't stop living just because you come across an illness or your health deteriorates as you age. And there's a lot of little centers for people of certain ages that you can join, so they can assist you with different resources for your age group and so forth. So it's not the end of the world. It's just that you have to plan a little bit differently and make it work for you, what's going to work for you. So that's what I've been doing, and trying to figure out this weight of what clothes. That's why I hadn't bought any, because I didn't know what to buy for my size, and I didn't want anything too tight on the body because of circulation. So I did find some pretty good deals at QVC, and QVC has where you can do like 5 payments. That's always my favorite, when they break them into a couple of payments for you, and then you pay it monthly each month. So as far as a jacket, here in California, it usually doesn't get that cold, but I usually put layers on. So I'll have like the t-shirt on top of a couple of t-shirts or something, and then a jacket, and then I have my winter gloves and hats and so forth to stay warm. But usually I like it cold, so it's not a big deal for me to have colder weather in the morning and be okay. Just keep the socks on and the gloves and a hat to keep certain body parts warm, so that way you don't get sick. So overall, I just wanted to definitely share with you the lifestyle out here in California, and still having family and trying to do it on my own without asking others to to help me out, because everyone has a lot that they're dealing with too. So you're not the only one that has things that you want to focus on and get done. And sometimes you just have to take it a little bit slower than everyone else if you're doing it on your own. But it does feel good to have someone to help you. So it's not like I'm turning help away. It's just that if I'm asking, quite often I probably won't I probably won't see it because I'm not one to really harbor on, trying to have the help, but more so trying to find that independence, trying to find a way to do things on my own and find assistive devices that enable me to be able to have that type of freedom, to have that type of independence where I can run the errands on my own and get stuff done. So with this, I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep the items, even though they are huge for my size. But I think once I wash them and so forth, they probably will shrink, and that's okay, because if it shrinks, then I'm sure it'll probably start to fit a little bit better. But this stuff is like I said, 3X. I think one is 4X, and I've never purchased these sizes before, so I didn't know what was going to actually work, and what would be, because I've purchased from QVC before, and sometimes they're not true to size. If it's the upper body, sometimes the upper body will be smaller and then larger at the bottom, or vice versa, and so sometimes it just doesn't work. So with these, I tried to go bigger with bigger sizes to make sure that it would help with accommodate me when I have inflammation. So if I'm swelling or something, then it should be just fine. It'd be a little bit baggy on me as I'm losing the weight, which is fine too. So I don't plan on returning any items, and I thought this was cute. It's like a jean dress, and then the little tank top that I would wear underneath, and I might even put on leggings underneath the dress for the winter time. So we'll see. And it came with a belt, and that's about it. So nothing too expensive, nothing too much, because I just didn't feel like spending a lot of money this holiday season. Like I said before, my family, they had different religions and so forth, so some of them, they did not celebrate the holidays. So I don't feel like I'm missing out at anything by not, putting up any decorations or anything. I feel just fine as is, paying my bills, being grateful for that. And if Santa want to drop some money somewhere, I'm open for that too, for my Christmas present. But I'm not doing too much as far as spending money. Now this dress here was huge, and it's a 4X. But because it's that terry cloth type material, I'm expecting it to probably shrink a little bit, which is fine. And it's like one of those moo dresses. So this should be fun to wear during the cooler days. And it's just a little dress. So that's it. That was it. Great deals that I was able to find at QVC. So we're going to continue to let the vehicle cool down. It did overheat on the way over here today. Usually it's the weekends that I head over, but I decided to come during the week just because I know as we get closer to the holiday season, you're going to have more people out and about on the streets, and all that stopping and starting on my vehicle without it being repaired like it should be just overheats it. So that's why I decided to go ahead and head out today and run errands and pick up the items that I need to pick up and do whatever it is that I was going to do. I did have like a little bite of a pecan pie, which was really good, but it doesn't taste anything even near the type of pecan pie that my mother would make. She was really good with pastries and stuff. And I guess that's why I was craving it, because usually during the holiday seasons, even though we didn't necessarily do gifts, she would make the pastries and pies and German chocolate cake for me, and the cherry cream pie and stuff for my other family members and stuff, pecan pies, cookies, all kinds of stuff. She's just really good at that. And I usually just asked her what she wanted, and if she said perfume, knowing she had a lot of perfume, sometimes I would just pay a bill for her or something. It really just depends on what it is that she needed at the time. So this is the first time during the holidays that I had to really deal with choosing to just be on my own and doing it on my own. And I'm happy that I made the decision, because everyone else is doing. Hold on real quick. I'm wait for the music to go down. So I don't plan on ever being that size again, but look how big the arms are in this little duster. I call it like a duster. And it's just one of those little dresses type things, so it's okay that it's too big, too large. And it's like the terry cloth type material, and it's just one of those little dresses. It does have pockets, which I like. Pockets on the side. It has 2 pockets on each side, or 1 pocket, you know what I'm trying to say, on each side. 2 pockets in total. So and that's the length. And being that it's so large, I'm sure it's going to go way past my knees, which is fine with me. And like I said, I got this at QVC. It was also on sale. Now, one of the good things about QVC is that they have like their clearance area, and you can get some really good deals there too, along with the 5 easy pays. That usually works. All right, so let me fold this up and put it away, and then we'll chat a little bit further. So I put the V-neck dress away in the bag that it came in, and I'm going to keep it in the plastic until I'm actually ready to wear it. Let's go ahead and put it away. And then I'm going to put this away. As you can see, it's large, 3X. And the one V-neck dress that I just put away, that was a 4X, and this is a 3X. Like I said, I had no idea as to how to buy clothing for my size, especially with my breasts being bigger than what my norm was. And I mean, I was like a triple D. I to this day, I still don't know how huge my boobs actually were as far as the bra size. So like I said, you guys are going to hear stuff in the background. Oh goodness. So let me put this away and I'll put you on pause. So the guy at the 7-Eleven was fussing at, I guess the guy had his camp set up behind the electric bolt box, and he was making him clean out all of that stuff that he had, and that's what he was yelling about. So that's the conversation that you were hearing in the background. I don't know if you can still hear the yelling, but that's what's going on. So I'm going to finish folding up these items, and this I believe is a 4X. And the reason that I ordered some of these items so big is because my breasts were so big. So even though I'm losing weight, my breasts, they're getting smaller, but they're still pretty big. So even though I'm losing weight in other areas, my shirt size will still be bigger because of the breast. So that's the thing. Even though I'm getting back to the size that I used to be, my breasts aren't. And I don't plan on getting a breast reduction. So I will probably have bigger breasts here on out. And that's going to be an issue with my back and everything else. Because like I said, I don't plan on getting a breast reduction. I'm just going to go with whatever I was blessed to have with gaining this weight, and keep a little bit of booty, I guess, because I never really had a really big booty until I had gained all this weight. And I didn't mind when I lost my stomach. I didn't mind being at the I don't want to say the weight, or I didn't mind being at that size. It was the weight that made me a little bit nervous, because I didn't mind having boobs. You know, it was something that I always really wanted to have, some big ones. My mother always had some big ones, so I didn't know why I didn't have any. And then voila, I just like overnight just puffed up one day and had big boobs. So I still will have to, once I get settled in what range that I'll be in as far as my weight, and keep it a little bit more steady and consistent, then I'll probably get some expensive bras, the kind that I normally would wear. But I didn't want to spend that kind of money on clothing items, and it's fluctuating the way it is, because I'm nowhere near the weight that I was since the beginning of the pandemic. I mean, I was just huge, and I could not believe that I had gained that much weight. So I'm going to fold this up and put it back in the plastic bag that it came in until I'm ready to actually use it. And this is, it does have sleeves and everything, so I can wear it during a cold day if I like. Now, I thought it was the dress that was a zipper all the way to the bottom, like total zipper, but it's not. It zips down, but not all the way. So it's definitely a dress. So I was just going to wear it like a jacket, wear it open. But because of the bottom part being connected, now I could sew this. I know how to sew. I could go ahead and put a zipper on the bottom part and wear it like a jacket. I might do that. So I have to see, but for now I'm just going to fold it up and put it away. That action that I was telling you about, it's still going on. It just moved more into the front of the store, and it looked like some other people had joined in. So let me put this away. I'm going to place you on hold. I noticed this little white spot on it, and that's not from my Clorox. I literally just took this out of the bag. So I'm making note of that. I don't plan on sending it back, so I guess that's fine. It's towards the bottom. You really can't see it. And it's such a cute, it's a good quality pair of jeans. It's not the cheap style jeans. It's the good quality, heavy type of, like the Levi's used to be back in the day. I don't know if anybody remember Levi's. The kind that you had to wash first before you wore them so they would shrink into size. It's not quite that heavy, but it is a good quality, like the Levi jeans type material. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the bag. And it comes with the belt. I may just put the belt and then tie it towards the back and not necessarily wear the belt wrapped around the stomach part. So I'm going to finish putting this away.